back to the first game, obviously Miles Morales wasn't such a well-known household name until Into the Spider-Verse came out later in that year. That must have been like, when that came out, you were like, this character is going to blow up now for the next game.
Yeah, I definitely saw the uprising of Miles, and also the behind the scenes uprising as well too, because the public wasn't fully aware of the Spider-Verse, and also just what was to come in the Spider-Man game, introducing Miles. So when I have little cousins and little baby sisters and brothers that were like playing the game, like, oh, that's Miles, that's Miles. And then when they found out that Miles has his own game, they flipped and said, man, I was doing the cartoon as well on Disney XD. So I was doing Miles for the game and the cartoon as well. So just having Miles engulfed in me so much, seeing his growth, and he's still growing. He's only the first Miles game, so he's still growing as a young man. So it was crazy just to see his growth and his uprising in the public.
Hey guys, and welcome back to another exciting Spider-Man video and back to News with Science, where we discuss comics, movies, games, and more. My name is Ronnie, and today we got another Game Informer video that I've actually been waiting for. I was actually hoping that it would come out a little bit earlier since I got off of work early, but it literally dropped like 20 minutes ago or so. It's a pretty lengthy video, so I am going to be playing a few clips here and there from the video. I'll also leave a link to that clip as well down in the description box below. But before we go ahead and get into the subject and into the article, I want to go ahead and let you know, guys, that you can go ahead and subscribe to my channel. 51.7% of you guys who are not subscribed watch my videos, so let's go ahead and get that subscription up there, and please do me the biggest favor of all and click on bell notifications so you all don't miss anything. And of course, join my Discord. We got a lot of cool people there that you can have conversations with. We talk about comics, movies, games, and more, and of course I interact with a lot of my Discord people. So I love sharing the new content I upload. I love talking about stuff. I like even asking about how your day was. It doesn't even have to be topic related or anything like that. And there's plenty of channels there on the side for positive discourse. So if you want to go ahead and join my Discord, the invitation link to that is down in the description box below. And without further ado, guys, let's go ahead and get back into the article. Today, Game Informer brings us an article titled "Bringing the Hero to Life in Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales." Now, I've been waiting for something like this. I was hoping we'd get something featuring the voice actor of Miles Morales, talking about the character and how he transitioned over from like Disney XD all the way to the current video game series, the Spider-Man for the Disney show. I never watched it. I had no idea that he was actually going to come along into the video game series and actually continue to voice the character. It seems like he has a very strong passion for the character and enjoys playing that character. So let's read this article and then we'll discuss a little bit, and of course then I'll play some clips to end this video. While Marvel's Spider-Man brought Yuri Lowenthal into the spotlight for his brilliant work as Peter Parker, it's now time for another web-slinger to shine. That's where actor Najee Jeter comes into play. After voicing the character in not only Marvel's Spider-Man but the Disney XD TV show as well, Najee knows the importance of the character and what it takes to bring him to life for his own game. Join us as we sit down with the voice behind Miles Morales and discuss his preparation for the role, how they were able to complete the production during quarantine, and what it means to be playing such an iconic character as his star continues to rise in pop culture. If you enjoyed this exclusive interview, be sure to check out the rest of the coverage on Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales, including our deep dive into the game as part of the GI show, a look at how Insomniac has refined the series' engaging combat, and our story primer getting you up to speed on the titular character himself. Pretty much just to give you a bit of a summary, breakdown, rundown about this video, because it is 12 minutes long, and I will be playing some clips that really stood out more than anything else. Basically, the voice actor Najee Jeter actually goes over on how it felt like to play Miles Morales, because this is literally, no pun intended, game-changing for a few reasons. One, I believe Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales is going to have a huge impact in the cultural zeitgeist, because this is going to change everything forever. And of course, I don't want to make it sound like it's obvious, but there's a very good reason why it's going to be a huge impact to the cultural zeitgeist, especially for what happened a little earlier this year, which I won't get into detail. You guys can figure it out for yourself. And honestly, I think this is actually culturally impacting me, because if you all know, Miles Morales is also Puerto Rican and he's black. So there's a lot of Latino cultural aspects to this character that really hits home for me. And I can't really think of a video game that really primarily focuses on a Black Latino character such as Spider-Man Miles Morales. Before all of this, before the video game, before the Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, we only had the comics to look back at. Now, don't get me wrong, the Spider-Man Miles Morales character was a popular character in and of itself, but only within the comic book community where a lot of comic book fans knew about him. If you all don't know, Spider-Man Miles Morales was created by Brian Michael Bendis, the very same creator of Jessica Jones, who is one of my favorite characters in Marvel Comics. I actually own a few copies of Jessica Jones, only the recent issues that came out about a couple years ago. I owned the Alias comics. That's where she got her start. So before Miles Morales Spider-Man, there was Jessica Jones, and that's where he got his start. So Miles Morales Spider-Man is still a relatively new character and a popular comic book in the Marvel Comics, and he only gained popularity and became a household superhero name because of Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. And now that we're getting a game based on this character, it's going to have a cultural impact in the cultural zeitgeist, and it's really become a phenomenon, and I'm super excited to be playing this game. I feel honored that I'm going to be playing a game like this come launch day on November 12th of the PlayStation 5 and Spider-Man Miles Morales, and I cannot wait to live stream this as well. It's super exciting. I'm really glad that the developers and the voice actor is really getting behind this and just talking about it and spreading out the word and just sharing their passion and their love for this character, and pretty much sharing how excited they are to be delivering this game to us, the fans. You can see the amount of dedication and passion and work that went into this game, and you can tell that this game was created by fans like you and me. So that's pretty much everything that I really wanted to share with you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you all took the time to watch it, and I'm going to go ahead and leave you with a few clips of the interview towards the end of this video to finish off, and I hope you guys all enjoy the rest of the video. With all that being said, thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and click on bell notifications so you all don't miss anything. And as always, I will see you all in the next comic panel.
It was jumping into it and learning this young man and our connection, between each other. So learning that and then growing, just being the innocence and the youth, because in the Disney XD cartoon, he's, I want to say 13, 14. And in the game, he's a little older, 16, 17. So just having those different, going back and forth between the sessions of when he is Spider-Man, when he is owning up to fighting the villains, and he is a different person. He's not that kid anymore. He's that man. He's that fighting that, He's that leader.
I was curious, at what point in the process when you were working on the last game were they like, hey, do you want your own game? Like, what was that conversation like?
It was our first launch for the first game. And then Brian, who was our creative director for that one, he took me aside and he was like, hey man, how do you feel about, having your own game and having, making Miles his own thing? And I was like, I'm ready. He was like, I'm ready. But I had to take care of some, business side and business stuff on the side. So I told him like, yeah, I'm ready, man. Let's do it. I'm gonna let you know when everything is set in stone and ready to go. Because Miles wasn't swinging in the first game. So Yuri taught me what he did. What he did
while you're doing your lines.
Yeah, while you're doing the lines. So swinging and doing the lines. Yuri taught me that, and he taught me just it's all about the core. It's all about moving the core and getting all this flowing and stuff. It gets you speechless because it tells you like, okay, this is what we didn't have growing up. We only saw a few here and there, but for young little boys, that growing up and they look like Miles and they want to, it means a lot, man. Like it means a lot because it's so much crap going on in the world right now, man, for us. And it's just like, we need that balance to especially for the kids, man, just to make sure everything is going to be all right. They're not scared. They're not hopeless. You know what I mean? None of that. But also too, with the different cultures that we're hitting in this game and also the different aspects that we're hitting, we have so many things that are going to surprise people that we brought to the game. And it's so many like crowds. I'm telling you, I'm watching what I'm saying, but like,
you're doing a great job, Najee.
You'll get it. Like we have so many aspects and areas that we're hitting that so many people are going to, feel related to, and they're going to be very pleased that we touch these subjects.